Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss any of my videos. Today I'm going to be giving you or sharing with you the formula that I use to make these beautiful 6-ounce candles. If you're interested, then please keep on watching. Alright, so to get things started, as usual, the first thing that we're going to go ahead and do is disinfect these jars, these tins. You must disinfect your tins, your jars, your vessels, whatever you want to call them. You're not only disinfecting them because you want the alcohol to be kind of the binding agent that attaches your wicks to the container, but also because they dirty. They are really disgusting. Take a look at this cotton ball so that you can see that I'm not even lying. It's nasty to leave these dirty, even if you're using dye chips or even if you're coloring your candle. Take a look at that. You don't want that. Just subconsciously, just know that the dust particles from the air, from the shipping, from the warehouse, from the hands that have touched it, all of that, So disinfect, 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 and, be proud of your product. Know that when you are creating these candles with your own two hands and you're selling them to somebody, know that you gave it your 100. All right, that's satisfactory right there. Let's move on to the next step. I'm using two Eco 2 wicks. These are 6 inches, and sometimes I use Eco 1s, but sometimes I use Eco 2s with these 8-ounce containers, and there's really not that much of a difference. It's more of a preference. They both burn evenly, so you get really nice melt pools. And if you do let your candles cure for 2 weeks, then you're gonna get a nice hot throw as well. Again, you guys have seen me use this device multiple times. Reach out to Chris, tell him that you saw my video. You're probably not gonna get a discount, but just let him know that you saw my video anyway, and get your stuff, because it's worth it. I'm gonna use my centering device. This saves me a lot of time. And it looks really nice, like the aesthetics, that black and white, it looks really, really good. You're going to see me kind of just see on the side right there. You could do this 2 ways. You could take the wicks and you could pull them to the side if you want, but I decided that I just want to go ahead and twist them. And the reason why I want to twist them is because after I snip them, I could just reuse those top wicks instead of throwing them away. The other half, I could just use them for another set of candles. So save your wicks, add the little tabs to it. Don't throw it away. It costs money, and that's that. I'm using soy 10. My favorite and my only wax that I use is 100% soy wax, and I do label it as vegan wax because it's soy and it's vegan. So I feel proud of what I'm presenting to my customers, and it makes me feel good to put that on the label because it's a fact. I'm going to go ahead and measure out 900 grams of my wax. Now, if you notice, it went up to 200 degrees, but the pitcher's cold, so I'm going to pour it in at the 200 degree mark. The cap is 190. You don't want it to really go up above 200. But when you pour it into the pitcher, the temperature is going to start to drop because I don't warm up my pitchers. And the reason for that is because I like to pour at a hotter temperature into the pitcher, because the transportation from not the transportation, but getting your wax from this pot to the pitcher to the pancake pitcher from Amazon that I used to pour my wax, and then from there to the tins, that temperature starts to go down, and it starts to go down pretty quickly. So I'm comfortable doing that. So right there, I'm at 170, and I'm using this creme de mamao and cassis from the wooden wick. Most of my candle scents that I use are from the wooden wick. I started off my candle making journey with wooden wick products, and they are expensive, and they are a little bit high-endish, but you get like perks, and it's not so bad after all. But I measured out 120 grams of fragrance oil, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that right into my pitcher and stir it. Make sure that you stir for at least a minute. It's recommended to stir for like 2 minutes, but at least a minute. Stir it and make sure that you're binding your wax and you're binding that oil. Take your time and do that step. A lot of people like to stir for like 30 seconds, and then they ask questions. Why don't I get a good hot throw when I light it up? What am I doing wrong? Well, it's because we're trying to speed the process up. Candle making is not a race. When you are making candles, It should be something that is calming, that's relaxing. If you feel anything but that, then you shouldn't be making candles. If anxiety starts to set in when you're making your candles, then you know what? Take a step back, take a break from candle making and see if this is something that you want to do, because this is really a labor of love. This is something that, at least for me it is. I like to take my time, and it's very, very it's intimate for me. So I love that process. But after you finish pouring in your candle wax, just go ahead and let it solidify for a little bit. And then go ahead and trim off your wicks, as you're going to see me do in the next clip. And then what I like to do is, I don't like to, hit it with the heat gun right away. You could. There's nothing wrong with doing that. You could hit it with the heat gun right away if you have to. As you can see, my tops are like beautiful and smooth. I mean, this soy tan is like really, really user friendly. And what I like to do, like I said, I let them cure for the 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, I take the lids off and I look at my candles again, and then I hit it with the heat gun. And that's just the way that I like to do it. You don't have to do it that way. You could just hit it with the heat gun right away. But I want to show you a close-up of where I trim my wick. These Eco Wicks have like these little teeny tiny like brown threads in them if you look at them real close. And I kind of count like the third one up. I don't know if you can see it here. See, it has like little lines. So from the bottom, I count like the third one up, and then I snip right there. So about 1/4 of an inch. So not too much. I don't like to leave the wicks too tall, and I don't like to trim them too tiny either. Right there, I'm going to get like a really nice melt pool. So if you were wondering, you could also use your CDN 2s for these. You could use Eco 1s, and you can use your Eco 2s. I was trying my hand on the wooden wicks, but I'm not a fan. Here are my labels that I made using my inkjet and my Cricut. These are not waterproof. They will smudge. So just FYI. And this is what it looks like. So I hope that you guys are enjoying this tutorial with the formula. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this where I give formulas and steps and all of that, instead of just showing you how to make a candle. But here is my label, again, that I made at home. I'm going to leave the measurements on the side right there. And that's all I got for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. Subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. Until the next video, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye.